Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Nick. Good morning. RQ. Good day. How are you? Joe. Good day. Good. How about you? All right. Long day yesterday. But all right. Nick. Hey, Nick. What time did you get home? May the coffee run strong today. Amen to that. Was really playing with me a few days ago. All the snow melted, but today I woke up to a pile of snow again. Oh, really? Ugh. I'm sorry to hear that. We're about to get hit pretty badly. It's been kind of on and off, spitting and snowing and getting warm, freezing. Now we get ice, and then on top of that we get snow. Yeah, this winter it can kind of go. It can go away. Hey guys. Hey Nick. Nick, not sure if you heard my earlier comment. Actually, just do this. Oops. Be right back. Got to do something. You got to do what you got to do. Like how late did you get back last night? Sorry. Snapping sourdough. I got home around 5. Oh, that's not so shaping. Oh, really? Look at you. Up and at 'em early, ready to get the culinary day started. I love it. -2 right now, dropping 1 degree per hour. By Sunday, -25. -25. So the final rest. Some grilled cheese and tomato soup for dinner. Nice. With homemade sourdough. Cool. I mean, grilled cheese and tomato soup, especially this time of year. Oh, it's like the perfect lunch. Perfect. Let's see. Made homemade ramen last night. Nice. Yes, sir. You again. And you, Ray. You again too. The weather calls for it. Yeah. How cold is it down in Katy? I'm hoping Charles will kind of pop in and let us know how things went. Morning. You're in the same place I left you last night. I haven't moved. Not 1 inch, Mike. Mike, I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk last night. Mike joined his first Zoom meeting last night for Patriot chapter. I'll never learn my lesson. Probably not. But that's okay. You're loved nonetheless. It's 59 right now. It won't get cold till this evening, but it's already wet and nasty out. Yesterday, I left the office. Speaking of sourdough, so Trader Joe's sourdough is fabulous. Sourdough bread. So we were out. My wife's coming down for the weekend. So I figured I'd go get a loaf. I walked in. I've never seen a grocery store so gutted. The produce section, almost nothing. I mean, 95% empty. The dairy area, almost completely empty. The entire bread section, except for some bagels sitting up in an upper left-hand corner, the entire bread area, completely empty. May take the kid out to rip her around on the four-wheeler, let her get muddy. Nice. Why don't you let her get muddy on a bike? As in bicycle. Not motorized stuff. Ended up going over to one of the larger shopping areas to pick up some stuff. Parmesan from Costco. It's fucking delicious. Nice. That was more of a test run for me. First time using Zoom. Next time I'll be better prepared at the bench instead of at the dinner. Okay, cool. Morning, monstrous. We don't treat bicycles like that. Getting them what? Mountain bikes aren't supposed to get dirty and muddy. Road bikes aren't supposed to get a little beat up a little bit. Come on. What? What am I hearing here, Nick? Yeah, Mike. Yeah, no worries. I can understand. It's hopefully in next month you'll be able to more fully participate. It was a it's interesting. Zoom meetings are definitely different from in-person meetings because generally one person kind of like has the floor at any one time. Let's see. Peter, Kevin, Joe, Frank, John Boy, yada, yada, so on and so forth. All right. So last night on the Zoom, I was working on the Harpy. So I did get the cockpit all built up. And it's interesting to do a comparison between the two. I mean, they're not ridiculously dissimilar. Obviously, the newer one has a lot more detail going on. My mountain bikes and she still has training wheels on her big girl bike. Her Strider bike has moved down to NOLA. Nice. Time to muddy that one up too. Feels betrayed. I can't believe you worked on it with with other people. Yeah, sorry. But I have to ask the question again. Where's Tom? Pops in very briefly. Texas, so maybe sun faded and sandy. Yeah, maybe. But you can still get it dirty. Strider can get muddy. The other bikes is only allowed to get dusty. Really? Dust is just as bad as mud. Just saying. All right, let's see what this looks like. So this boom came together. This front tip came together much better than the one on the other side because of how I glued the two pieces together. So there's a lot less damage done in that interior ring, which I'm gonna have to clean up later. But it's also created, I think, a little bit more of a visible seam. But that's all right because in the end, I'm gonna probably end up having to rescribe a lot of this anyway. So I'm not really caring too much about doing damage to any of the existing seam lines here. Tom is here in spirit. Want you to get back to the Harpy as well. Nice. Yeah, I have to maintain them. I'm not washing half-dried mud off a bike. Oh, please. Nick, I'm disappointed. Dust does just as much damage, just saying. You get sand and dust inside a chain or inside of a bearinged area, you can do just as much damage. Just saying. Yeah, so I did build the second boom or nacelle or whatever they want to call this thing. I don't even remember what they call it now. Okay. I think we got most of that seam line removed. Most. Here to watch over you and motivate you to complete the Harpy in Tom's absence. Oh, I see. You're like my overlords and masters. Oh, rather. Careful. That detail I don't want to lose. Well, shnikes. That came out looking like crap. I'm gonna do some 1, 2, 3. Because all seal bearings, so not a big deal. Well, then that's no problem with mud. Hey, I cracked the whip around here. Nice. Calm down. We didn't ask you to rename it, Toby. Just for you to finish it and Tom miss out. Yeah. Speaking of, Nick also shared a photo of the LED work, the LED work that he's doing on his, which is really nice. Nick, I hope you get back to it consistently again. Look good. BMX bike and mud are a big no-no. Maybe that's why I didn't care for BMX. Two in between. If I needed a clean ride, road. If I needed a dirty ride, mountain. Besides, I didn't have skills to be able to do the stuff that BMXers do. Not going to lie. I've almost completely eliminated the detail that was there. We're going to be rescribing a lot of this stuff again, which is fine because it comes with the territory. I've eliminated one of those lines. I get 5 minutes a day. Come on, George, you could probably kickflip a BMX. No, actually, I couldn't. I worked at the shop that I worked at way back in the day. There was a guy who was really good at stuff like that. And his name was definitely not George. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Think of us as your adoring masses along the lines of Asian Idol fans, meaning we would spurn you like we would spurn a rabid dog at the slightest misstep. Yeah. Yeah. Fleeting fandom. Which does beg the question, because I don't follow it very closely. Is BTS still a thing? Or has the K-pop world moved on to something bigger, better, faster, stronger? It's a joke because that's a skateboard. I get it. Like I would know. I don't do skateboards either. Terrible on a skateboard. That level of balance, never was good at it. BMX trick also, but they changed the name years ago to a crank flip. Crank flip. They are huge and just about to embark on a Japan tour. Oh, nice, soldier boy. Peter, have you and your wife already bought tickets? Or are you going solo? Oh, yucky. think the rest of that I can leave be, as that will be rescribed. This one's gone. I'm guessing VIP meet and greet. That's what I would guess too. That's all over me. Okay. Let's look at the top of this thing. Nope, there is no seam line there. Curve there. Okay. I will likely do some gap filling here. These parts back here did not quite come together as well as I'd hoped. So with a couple of Guar videos, and now they've invaded her algorithm. Nice. You are such a meanie. I love it. Listen, I posted on Facebook with the Japan and South Korea presidents were playing drums together over K-pop demon. So cool. That is pretty cool. This if that's a real story, Joe, I gotta tell you, it makes me feel better knowing that countries that have obviously some long-standing tensions can do that. They don't sit well in this house as they sported some very anti-Japan messages on their T-shirts at an event some time ago. They, of course, claimed ignorance, but wife's wrath is forever. Oh, and still they're about to start a Japan tour. Interesting. And Japan is celebrating their first female president. Yes. Who actually did a tremendous job of helping our president kind of walk. That's great work, right? Now if the phone could spray blood. Only blood. Wow. Wow. So one does have to ask Ray and Katie's thoughts on that. Was it a, well, thank you for that introduction, I enjoyed that, or was it fuck you? Or something in between? Time check. Going to 7:30 today. There is a good likelihood we may be going into Boston today. Oh, man, look at this guy. I can't tell if there's a lip there or not. There we go. Have you never seen Guar live? I have never seen Guar live. Didn't she also give Cheeto a curse crown? Oh, I hope so. Boston. Dude. I'm going to Cambridge, just outside of Harvard Square. Gonna go get us some good Indian food. Go listen to some records. Go buy some records. Go to the computer store. You need to see Guar live. Don't wear good clothes. I've seen them twice, but that was so long ago. They've been threatening to catch their next tour. We've been threatening to catch them. I haven't seen them since they opened for the Misfits. I would love to go see Baby Metal. Oh, where's Joe? Wear a white shirt. Oh, really? They're amazing. I saw them at the Fillmore in Detroit. I know that Joe's a big Baby Metal fan. How aggressive do I want to get? There. I get to see a little bit more of what I'm doing. They spray so much blood, but it'll just stain your pink shirt pink. You don't really like I carry one prop night. Think Gallagher, but metal. Nice. They invented a genre of metal. What's not to like, right, Joe? They invented a genre of metal. Interesting. My familiarity with Guar is pretty limited, as is my familiarity with Baby Metal. Kawaii metal. Really? Cute metal. Exactly. I think that's all we're going to do here. Anything else will require filler. Let's do this. I got the bottom side here to do. That came out pretty good. Nope, got to get rid of that. Gallagher and Odoros do have something in common. That's a detail I don't want to get rid of if I can avoid it. There we go. Sorry, guys. Give me a moment here. I'd like to see if I can get this done. Not doing too much damage. Okay, there we go. Damn it. Let's see. And what is that? Man, the pair from that one Monty Python sketch. Yep. It will never not be funny to me watching 500 people absolutely killing each other in a mosh pit who 3 young girls sing about liking chocolate. The song Give Me Chocolate is about World War II and how the GIs would teach them, give me chocolate as first words, first English words. Interesting. So a little messaging going on there. Love it. That's going to be gap filling there. Okay. That'll be gap filling. Like I said, the ends didn't come together nearly as well as I'd hoped. That's okay. That's done. That'll get rescribed. Oof. That's done. Just got to get this underside. They use it as introduction song to America. Nice. Quite appropriate, I would say. Steve Colbert. Really? It's kind of cool. So they were on the Colbert Show. Nice. So I should watch Guar and the Exploding Blood and Baby Metal and their Love of American Chocolate. Okay. We do live in good times sometimes. Just going to say. Appropriate for a band that started by art school dropouts. Yeah, that would make sense. I think we're done. Return to this one. See if I can get some of this fixed. Move the nacelle. That was a fantastic movie too. I'm scared to ask. Sorry, guys. I am trying to just get some of this wrapped up. Now I wish I didn't put those in. Oh, man. Smart movie even had their manager in it, Sleazy Pete Martini. Nice. With a name like that. So, anybody got anything good going on this weekend? Rick is making sourdough. Peter sounds like he and his wife are about to protest BTS. Joe's probably trying to hibernate. I'm assuming if Mike's still on, Mike's probably trying to do the same thing. Or Mike, are you trying to make the? Are you guys going to make the trip into New England? Not sure if Mike is still on or not. We'll find out. We got a new sofa. It's lovely. Bidding 2 more pilots to ship to England. Nice. Get them out of here. We don't need no English. What the Brits ever do for us? Might make some shelves. Nice. Nope, staying put. Good for you. By the way, since Mike is on here, we're talking about doing a potential group build with the Kirk collection. Give me a second here. It's all hands on deck with work and the negative temps. And yes, hibernating. Yeah. Let's switch this over to coffee. They did, didn't they? I'll be listening to rain all day according to the forecast. That just means going crazy with 2 kids who want to be outside. Have them go out play in the let them go outside and play. What's the worst that's going to happen? They're going to get wet. They're going to want to come inside. Hello. All right. So, Mike, we were talking, if you recall, we were all of us talking, but in particular with Mike possibly coming down here, we were talking about doing some kind of a group build, right? So, from the Kirk collection. So, I dug up that. And very quickly, let's see, a lesson to learn about Japanese furniture. The seat height is maybe 30 centimeters over the floor. So if you don't look carefully, you'll end up with seats that will royally screw up your back. Lovely. But as long as they look good and it's tradition. I just want to go through all of this inside here. Okay, I think, yeah, but the temp is dropping. Yeah. Put them on in what they call it. Oh, you don't have winter coats. I want you guys to see the notes that Mr. Kirk, I think it was Mr., not Doctor, put together for this. These are his handwritten notes on an unbuilt model. He is describing the various canopies and mirrors used. And little hand drawing. He's a good little artist. I'll give him that. The aerial masts. The Kaufman starter bulge. Only used on Mark II's, virtually their sole unique feature. And he shows what it looks like. Hey, Mason, what's going on, brother? We have winter coats. Yeah, no, you don't. Just woke up today and chose sarcasm, huh? Yeah, why not? It's a good word, Mason. It's not a feng shui. I don't want it. interior, describing the roundels themselves. Just woke up to 3 degrees, man. I know. Good day to hibernate, though we might be going into Boston ourselves. That are the notes. How many pages? 6, 7 pages of notes? Oops. Kids have winter coats. I've got a hoodie. That's dope. But wait, there's more. Tentative Mark I, Mark II project as of April 2000. So he had plans on what to do with this. I actually like his drawing of the hand here. Bob Mark I's. I have no idea what a Bob is. But he actually now calls out all the different flights, like the flight numbers of each of these guys, the markings on the planes. But wait, there's more. Stay warm inside. Yeah, exactly. Aftermarket stuff for the Tamiya. You need aftermarket stuff? There's your list of stuff that he probably has in his aftermarket box, including a vacuum form canopy, brass resin cockpit interior bits. Oh, well, we'll get to that in just a second. Desirable. I have no idea what this is. A list of stuff he might want to purchase or maybe he wants to work on. And there's a reason why I'm doing a lot of this. Here is a list of all the different markings, I believe, available across a variety of different models. Encore, Hasegawa, MS, Tamiya, Aeromaster. Spitfire color notes. A brief history of the Mark I kits. Should have gone out of the pile yesterday. I'll still do it today, but damn. Yeah, no. It's only getting to the 40s today. We'll be in the 20s tomorrow. It's -2 on the porch. Cold enough, I'll have to open the wood stove more. Is this one of the honorable builds from the collection you got? This is one of the one. Oh, but we're not done. Yes, this is one of the Kirk collection builds. The seats, like notes about the seats and what pre-war Mark I's look like versus post-1939 ones. And then even still more notes on the Tamiya Spitfire. And to quote, as of October 2000, this kit is so far beyond the 1/72nd scale competition. Now the 1975 Airfix. With, I guess this must have been more notes that he took. Another 6-7 pages of notes. But wait, there's more. And I'm fine. It's crazy the amount of notes he has for things and extra parts. He and I want you guys to understand, this is one model. He did this for thousands. Okay? Thousands. Let's see. I'm down on the Gulf Coast. Whatever you do, book those notes, please. Oh, yeah. I try to save these things. These things will get saved. At some point, they're probably going to get lost to history, but they are going to get saved. Might be Battle of Britain. Sounds about right, Peter. I am. All right, real quickly, let's move on. Aftermarket water slides. More aftermarket water slides and aftermarket propellers. Why? I can tell you. The differences between all the different underwing markings from late 38 through August of 41 with the Mark 1. And there's supposed to be somewhere in here, I'm guessing some resin cockpit and surface details. But wait, there's more. And the reason I'm saying that, guys, is now I'm taking out all the rest of the paperwork. These are the original water slides. And you might notice there are more. Why? Because in this box, there are 7 kits. So, what's the kit? I missed it. This is the Tamiya Spitfire Mark 1, 1/72nd scale from 2000. With all the notes and research, he did ever build anything or just collecting kits of knowledge? He actually built a few. His daughter kept all the ones that he had built and then donated. Like I said, I would say in terms of models, remember, I'm going to consider this a model for a second, just one box. There were, I'm going to say about 30 boxes, 32 boxes, of which inside each model, there were things like this. So now start doing the math. This is what I'm saying. It was thousands. Up to the temp, I got -10 right now. That doesn't sound good at all, Joe. Stay warm. Supermarine Spitfire Mark 1. 58 and dropping. Y'all got to stop letting y'all's weather. It's not my weather. I think we need this. My son hasn't been able to go sledding since last winter, and he asks me each week when he can. Well, hopefully there'll be enough snow for him, Mason. Back in my truck right now, my phone that gets raffled off. Nice. Looks like a great build for a car guy, especially with all those notes. So here's what I'm going to do. Mike, you will be getting one of these kits. I have 7 of these in this box. I'm going to divvy them up. If anybody wants one, I will send one to you. The only thing I'm going to ask is if we do decide to do a group build, that we do a group build. And yes, I'm going to participate in it too. Hola, Jorgito. That must be Juan. Juan, how are you, my friend? Looks like 12 to 18 inches. And hopefully it'll warm up enough that it's not going to be frostbite weather. But yes, hopefully you'll be able to do that. Mason won't care if we actually get snow. He says I would like to take the kids sledding again. Yeah. This is Juan indeed. Of course it is. Cheeto is messing around with the weather dominator. Morning. Hey, Tom. Good morning. So here's what I'm going to do. By the way, I mean, this model is actually, given its age, which isn't very old, (1/72nd scale). I mean, that's some nice detailing there. In fact, let's see if you guys can see it right there where my finger is. Take a look at that cockpit detail. Look at that dash detail. Spitfire Mark 1. We're not working on anything. I can come pick it up. I'll prioritize. Plus, I can drop up your copy of UHF. Yes, Ray, if you're interested, you can have one. So, well, you already know I'm down for the build. Tom, Ray, Clockwork Orange. Him if you have to. Tom, he put the Harpy up to build this. Yeah, put the Harpy away. Yeah, Tom, you weren't around. I got bored with the Harpy, so I'm moving on to something else. Sorry. So, let me start taking notes because I'm probably going to forget somebody. There's a total of 7 here. Quitter. By the way, you still have how many Spitfires? There are in this box, there's a total of, I believe, 7. Well, let's do this. Canopy count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There may be 8 in this box. I don't know. But if somebody wants to participate in this build, I will send you one. And right now, I know it sounds like I've got Nick. Ray, you're in. Tom was in. So what we're doing if you didn't bother. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry, Tom. He keeps comparing it to the Era Comet. Joe's in. Mike is in. Ray is in. And obviously me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I can set one aside for Peter. If Peter, you wanted to come and visit me, I will hand one to you. I'm just not going to ship it to. I'm not going to ship it out of the country. That's the only problem. Sorry. So right now we've got 6 participants. So later today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bag all this stuff up into separate bags. I may actually try to photocopy all the notes. Just so you guys have like a flavor of what this guy did. So there are only 3 manuals. I will, of course, either photocopy manuals or you guys can go on to ScaleMates and pick them up. But one way or another, you should be able to get the manual for this pretty easily. For me to ship before it's about England is $20. Yeah, but what about Japan or Denmark? And will Peter build a plane? The notes would be a nice bonus. Yeah, I think you guys would appreciate that. It's, just to say very quickly on this, I'm going to start by saying I will text you my address. Yeah, that's fine, Joe. I think I might have it, but please do. I will say a couple. This guy was a nut. Having talked to his daughter, I think it was an interesting conversation about his passion for this hobby, not only scale modeling, but also the research that went into it, that it did at times become detrimental. It's the way she kind of hinted at it. She never went out and said it straight up, but that's kind of what she hinted, that it was detrimental. But at the same time, looking at the level of thought and work that he put into it, the level of research, it's interesting that, you get to a certain age. How much of what I'm doing is going to make it another generation or two? My daughter's interested in a couple of my models that I built, but is she going to be interested in the little Meng tank? Not, probably not. They're probably going to end up being landfill, or whatever notes I might have taken. Like I've saved like some important paperwork from high school and college, stuff that kind of mattered to me. How much of that stuff is going to survive another generation? So maybe, if there is interest and we can kind of divvy up some of this stuff, in particular the notes from this guy, I think it's a way of both moving forward what could be some very interesting history about the plane, but also just some very thoughtful, just you in many ways you don't want to. It's a way of preserving this guy. He's still alive because we have his notes. Who makes the kits? Tamiya. I will text you the address. You might build it fancy. They don't all have to be plain. You can build it any way you want. There is nothing that. Here's the thing. I'm likely not going to make it into traditional Spitfire colors. In fact, I've already got an idea of what I want to do with it. Man, I'm going to have to count rivets on this one. Are you talking about this one? It's already got rivets on it, Nick. You don't have to count rivets. Let's see. I would make a plane, but I can't say if when I would be in your part of the hemisphere, George. Yeah. 1/72nd, Tom. I dad joke too close to the sun. They don't have to be plain. The plane. Anyway, and Tom, by the way, no, I am still working on the Harpy. In fact, before you jumped on, I was actually just doing cleanup on the cells of the new version. So no, all kidding aside, I'm still working. The Harpy is still the primary long-term project. This is gonna have to get done May June timeframe. It has to be done, and I've got to get the doghouse and the diorama for the Maquet kit done before ODO if possible. Your piece died. Can't hear you while at work. I'll catch up tomorrow. Alrighty, Mike. We'll talk soon, brother. Take it easy. Oh yeah, immortality. In a way, that is how are things immortal? How are people like Shakespeare and Da Vinci and oh God, who's the Japanese print artist? I want to say Kosei, but it's not. These people live on through the writing, through their artwork, right? If we do a build day, you can give me the kit then. Sure, we'll find a time to connect. Not a problem. So anyway, that's what we got. So just to confirm real quickly, in fact, what I'm going to do, Peter, I will put an asterisk next to your name to see if I can get one shipped to you. I just got to see if it's going to be like $50 to ship to Denmark. Not sure I'm going to do that, but if it's going to be something relatively inexpensive, I'll see if I can get it out to you. So right now I've got Mike, Nick, Tom, Joe, Ray, and me, with the potential for Peter. Hokusai, that's it. Yes, thank you. And I can't wait for ODO. I'm working on a build. I got to have it done. Yeah, I'd like to get my Maquet kit. If I can't get the Maquet kit finished fully, the diorama full, I might just bring the model. I just got to figure out how to transport it because I've got it currently on that shitty little base, and I don't want to bring it down in that. Of course, now I completely spaced out. Good. I guess it only goes one way. Yeah, it only works. I like that. Okay. All right, let's do a quick little pass here. Philosophies state you die 3 times. First, when the body ceases to function. Second, when the body is buried or cremated. Third, the moment your name is spoken for the last time. Yeah. That is a Peter, where did that philosophy come from? Who kind of formulated in that wording? He's got a job. Offer for maintenance tech in Antarctica. So I'm watching the thing while I mull it over. Nice. Walk through a graveyard. I speak out people's names. Yeah. Yeah. Every time I'm in back home, and if I'm driving through Concord coming back from Maine, I always try to stop by my parents' place, and I say hello. Because you're right. Because I think once their names get forgotten, they are truly dead. And at some point, that is going to be the case. It's going to be the case. I mean, not to be morbid here, but it's going to be the case for all of us. You know, if somebody said, "Who was your great 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 grandmother on your father's father's mother?" It's like, I have no idea. They're forgotten to the time, to history. You talking about the cocoa effect? Is that what it's called? Honestly, the job sounds like an amazing opportunity, but the commute is a bitch. Yeah, and you never know what you might uncover there. Could be some spacecraft that's been buried under ice for millions of years, and suddenly some Norwegians decide to open it up and something nasty happened to them. Yeah, I think that's not a good idea. Original book called Some by neuroscientist by day and fiction writer by night, David Eagleman. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. All right. I think we are done with this enough that I can get it ready for priming. I'm not saying I'm going to prime it right now, but it's going to get prepped for priming. Okay. I'm going to work on, let's just double check that I got everything cleaned up on this. Yep. And now I'm going to get the other little doodads all over the side of this thing. The Mexican Day of the Dead. Yep. I can go back as far as 1636. Everybody in your family, 1636? That's impressive. Attacked by penguins or something. Mundane, a murderous alien running amok would be too exciting for me. All right, let's go. I've got a few more minutes left. I'm going to see how much of this I can get done before I have to bail. And then once the cells here are kind of done, what I'm going to do after that is going to get back to the original model. See what we can do to get it cleaned up. See what the next steps are in getting it ready. Maybe you get locked out and turn into a human popsicle. Yeah. That would be bad. Yeah, there's only one problem with jobs like that. It's freaking cold. And George and Cole do not get along well at all. 2. Okay. Let's pop this in here. All right, there we go. Dropped in one of those little schnozzles in there. Our family dispute over the family name of the lost of the part of the volunteer God, which means the hatchet. What he has to do today is look outside for too long and he'll freeze. Basically, yeah, I'm actually kind of hoping all the cars start. I got to go outside and check that too. Especially my my younger daughter's vehicle. Not that it's necessary that we move that, except for when we go out there later, probably tomorrow or Monday to do snow blowing, snow removal. Let's see. Probably not in the garage today. And the temperature, I have a space heater out there, but I don't have much faith. Only too much use. Yeah, no air brushing. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mason. Starting the past day should be fine, unless the battery is bad. Well, the battery is I'm not sure it's bad, but it was getting weaker. Perfect weather to regret buying an EV. I suppose that might be true. I suppose there might be some truth to that. Okay. Let's get the next little doodad in. Hybrid, much better. My car generally starts up without, knock on wood, any issue. Been very fortunate for that. Okay. Come on. Come on, schnozzleate. Fucker. Didn't go in as well as I would have hoped. That's going to require a little bit of cleanup afterward. I probably won't airbrush today. My exhaust fan will pull too much cold air in from outside. You can't push air out without replacing it from somewhere. Yep. I have to baby red Nissan Versa. It's a nicer car. It's a nicer car. Okay. Oopsies. All right, last one for the day. I'm gonna head on upstairs, hang out with my wife, figure out what we're going to do today. These make sense in TK. It is so small. We have charging stations everywhere, and it generally doesn't get too cold, but on a fan. The middle of frozen tundra in New England, not so much. Yeah. Okay. Last part. Hello? I'm going to sit home and veg. I'm going to sit home and veg out? Oh, gosh, no. I'd be surprised if we do that. My wife has plans to go into Boston today. I believe those plans are still on. And my older daughter and I are going to tag along. We're going to bring her computer in to get looked at, and then probably going to go record shopping. There we go. All right. So we got the nozzles in there, the little schnozzles. That one right there, one of these here is, like I said, it gooed up. So I got to clean that up later on, but that's fine. We'll wait for that to happen tomorrow. And with that, my friends, I'm going to call it. Head upstairs, hang out, get the day started. All right. So before I go, just verifying again, Nick, Tom, Joe, Mike, Ray, and possibly Peter are going to be getting spits. If I missed anybody, please let me know. Remember, pain hides a multitude of sins. Amen, later fellas. I will wait for the Spitfire. You will wait for it. It will be sent your way. Yes, have a good day. Narf. See, it's been a while and it was great to jump on. Mason, always good to see you, brother. Always good to see you. All right, guys, do good. Stay safe and stay sane. Go out there and do righteous by the world. This world is really, I mean, we say it every day. It is hell in a handbasket right now. It's up to us to go out there and make it better. Show kindness, love, and respect. Do good by people. Don't treat them like shit. All right. With that, I'll be back on tomorrow, same time, same channel. Enjoy the day, guys. Stay safe and stay warm, and I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.